Hey everyone, this is some geometry extra practice on the triangle angle sum theorem. So this will be something you're talking about in your geometry classes this week of October 1st. Our objective for this lesson is to apply this angle sum theorem to find unknown angles and variables. And here's a standard that we've been working with. This is something we should have seen maybe before in 8th grade, but if not, that's fine. We're going to go through it right now. So the triangle angle sum theorem is pretty simple and straightforward. It really just says that the sum of the angles, so all of the angles, the green one plus this red one plus the blue one, together add up to 180 degrees. So I'm going to write that right here. The measure of angle A, so the green angle, plus the measure of angle B, the blue angle, measure of angle B, plus the measure of angle C, and that's angle C, these are all angles, is equal to 180 degrees. So we'll be able to apply this along with other things we know about our angles to figure out some missing things. So looking over to example 1, it says find the measure of angle B. All right. Well, when I want to apply my triangle angle sum theorem, I would just like to write down my expression first. I know that the measure of my angles, so I see there's angle A, measure of angle A, plus the measure of angle B, plus the measure of angle C is going to be 180 degrees. That's just my theorem. Then I'm going to go through and plug in the appropriate values. So I highlighted them each in different colors. I'm going to highlight my terms in the same colors. C was blue, and then B was orange. Now I just have to plug them in. A is 65 degrees, so 65 degrees plus B is X degrees plus C is 30 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. Now at this point, I just have an equation. I'm looking for X, so I'm looking for that term right there. I see some numbers I can combine here. I can combine my like terms, 63 and 30. X degrees plus 63 plus 30 is going to be 95 equal to 180. Now to get my X by itself, I just have to subtract 95 minus 95 minus 95 to give me 180 minus 95. Minus 90 would take me to 90, so minus 5 more would take me to 85. So after I subtract, I just get that X equals 85 degrees. Okay, so really, to summarize our steps, we just wrote down our theorem, filled in the angles we knew, and solved. That was a pretty straightforward example. Sometimes, though, it's combined with other things we know about angles. So in this example, example 2, it's asking us to find the value of X, but this value of X is outside of our triangle. So we need to figure out what we can do to work kind of backwards and figure out what we could do to get over here to X. What would be nice? It would be nice if we knew that angle right there, this one in black. If we knew that small angle that I put a question mark by, then we know the question mark angle and X together they form 180 degrees because that is supplementary angles. Well, hang on, the question mark, that's inside a triangle. It's the third. We have 2 of the pieces in a triangle, we're just missing the third. So it looks to me like we could figure out what question mark is by triangle angle sum, and then figure out what X is, knowing that it's supplementary. Well, let's try that. We know the sum of the angles, so each angle plus angle plus angle equals 180 for the triangle. Triangle angle sum. One of our angles is 63. Another is 86. And the third one is question mark. Again, I'm going to combine our like terms. 63 and 86. I'm just double checking the calculator. 63 and 86 is 149 plus question mark equals 180. To get question mark by itself, we can just subtract 180 minus 150 would be 30. So minus 49 would be 31. Question mark equals 31 degrees. So we figured out what question mark is supposed to be. This angle up here is 31 degrees. But that's not what we were looking for. We were looking for the value of x, but we're really close. We know that 31, so that our original question mark, plus x together should be 180. So that means that I can just do 180 take away 31 to get me the missing piece, which is 80 take away 31 would be 49? Yes, 149 degrees. So in this one, it was a little bit more complicated in that we had both the triangle angle sum theorem and we used the fact that there's supplementary angles to figure out our missing piece. All right, the last one, this is just a triangle. Here, though, we know this one's an expression, this one's an expression, and we know that this last piece, it's a right angle. We know the measure of a right angle is 90 degrees. So again, the relationship we know between these is going to be just their sum. So we know 2x plus 1 plus 5x plus 5. I'm going to highlight these so you can see where I'm getting them. I put yellow angle plus my orange angle plus my blue angle. Blue. They sum up to 180 degrees. That's our relationship. Now this is just an equation we can solve. We have one variable, one equation. We're good to go. I'm going to combine my x terms. 2x and 5x, that makes 7 x's. I'm going to combine my constants, 1 and 5, and 90. 1 and 5 makes 6. 90 would make 96. Equal to 180. I need to take away I want to get x by itself, so I need to take away my 96. So that's going to give me 7x equal to, check this in calculator, 84. And then 84 divide by 7. X is equal to 12. Let's check and make sure this is what we wanted. It says find the measure of the two missing angles. Oh, so we found what x is, but we actually didn't find the measure of the angles. We still need to plug x back in to figure out what these angles were. So for this first angle, it's going to be 5 times 12 plus 5. 5 times 12 is 60, plus 5 is 65 degrees. So that angle is 65 degrees. For the other one, plugging it back in, 2 times 12 plus 1. 2 times 12 is 24, plus 1 is 25. 25 degrees. And then we double check ourselves. We should have that 90 degrees plus 25 degrees plus 65 degrees equals 180. Yep, if we plugged that in a calculator, checked it, sure enough. So altogether, that's how we found it. Really, our steps are pretty straightforward. We basically we looked for triangles. So look for missing angles in triangles. And then we wrote our equations. And then we solved. So go ahead. There are 6 questions on the back here. Some of them just use our triangle angle formula just straightforwardly, and with others we add up the equations and set them equal to. Sometimes we have other relationships, like here I'm noticing a supplementary pair. Down in question 6 I see we have parallel lines. In question 5 we have another supplementary pair. So some of them are just straightforward, some of them tie in some other things we've been talking about. But go ahead and give these a try. Check your answers with your intervention teacher. And then that's how you get credit for this extra practice on the triangle angle sum theorem.